Hey, what's up everyone? You're here with Goran from Pickdawgz and you are here for your free picks for Sunday, May 21st. Well guys, after a busy and I would say successful Saturday because we hit 10 of the 16 free picks, the parlay unfortunately was a miss, but like I said, we were successful with those single free picks and we did hit a few big ones once again that got us deep into nice plus money. Now we are moving on to the Sunday guys, and once again we have a busy day. We have some very decisive games. We have some teams celebrating the titles already, and that doesn't mean that they will just give up and not play their games. But I think that more interesting battles are happening close to the bottom of the tables in some of those leagues. If you want my best bets, click the link in the description of this video, and that will get you up to my Pick Dawgz website page where you can sign up. And of course, for more free picks, go to the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. As usual, guys, we are gonna kick it off with the EPL, and we have three picks for Sunday, three games in total as well. And the first one is between West Ham and Leeds. Now, West Ham theoretically could still find themselves in the relegation zone. Uh, they are 6 points above Leeds right now, but if they lose their last two games, they could definitely drop down. Well, maybe not to the relegation zone, but definitely very close to it. And they are coming off of a nice win once again in the Conference League semifinals, and they will be playing in the finals of that competition against Fiorentina. As far as Leeds goes, they are in the relegation zone right now with 31 points, which is 2 points below Everton. And these two teams will be competing for that last safe spot of the EPL, and it's gonna come down between Leicester, Leeds, and Everton. So it should be an exciting finish of the season in the EPL. But as far as this game goes, guys, I'm gonna go with both teams to score in this one. Leeds simply has to attack; they have to go for the win. And even though West Ham doesn't have to worry about much right now, they will be a little bit tired after that Conference League semifinals. But they should still get to the scoreboard in this home game that they are playing. So West Ham against Leeds, both teams to score. Now we are moving on to the Brighton against Southampton matchup, and Southampton is getting relegated. They are at the bottom of the table. They will stay there, while Brighton definitely could use a win to secure that Europa League spot for next season, and I think that they will definitely do that. They lost to Newcastle 4-1, and the Champions League is, I would say, out of reach right now for Brighton. But now that they are facing this very weak Southampton team, the team that hasn't won any of their last 11 games, I think that Brighton will come all out, and they will come out of the locker rooms flying, and I think they will get a win here. But I decided to take Brighton's shots on target here. That is over 6.5. It's minus 118. I think that it will be all Brighton in this game. There will be plenty on the offense coming from them, and they will have a bunch of shots on target. And at the end of this game, I think that they will get a nice win to kind of secure that Europa League spot. So Brighton over 6.5 shots on target at minus 118. The last game of the EPL that we have is between Manchester City and Chelsea. It's a big matchup, and it's official. Manchester City has won another EPL title after Arsenal lost on Saturday. They don't even have to worry about the EPL anymore, but this is not a team that will just give their opponents the win or the points for that matter. So, as we can see, Manchester City is a heavy favorite, minus 435. They are coming off of probably the most impressive win of the season they had against Real Madrid in the Champions League. They have qualified for the finals of that competition, and they have the opportunity to win three trophies this season. Actually, that might be four if I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to look into that. However, this is gonna be the game where we might see maybe a bit of a rotation from Manchester City, but whoever ends up playing is probably in a much better form than any of the Chelsea's player. Chelsea hasn't lost any of their last two games, which is quite an improvement. But they will not be playing in Europe next season, and that's quite a disappointing thing for Chelsea. In this game, despite Manchester City not needing anything, I'm gonna go with City to win and both teams to score. Plus 188, deep plus money, guys. I think that Chelsea could definitely get on the scoreboard here because they are playing a lot better right now than they have been like a few weeks ago. But I still don't think they can beat this Manchester City team. So I'm gonna take Manchester City to win and both teams to score at plus 188. That's it for the EPL, guys. Now we are moving on to La Liga, and the first game we have is between Atletico Madrid and Osasuna. In a surprising turn of events, Atletico Madrid lost to Elche last week, and it was a huge surprise. Even though Atletico Madrid was playing on the road, they were still pretty big favorites, and they ended up losing that game, which was quite a disappointing thing. I would say the Champions League spot is not. I would say it definitely is a guarantee for Atletico Madrid because they are in third place and they definitely have a chance to get over Real Madrid and finish the season in the second place. However, Osasuna is still in the Conference League battle and they're now only 3 points away. And on top of that, they have been playing some solid football as of late. They have won their last game against Almeria. They have lost the previous three games. But overall, they have been pretty consistent this season. And with Atletico Madrid showing some weaknesses once again on that defensive end, I believe that Osasuna has what it takes to get on the scoreboard here. So I'm gonna go with both teams to score in this one. It's plus 102. I honestly think that this game could go either way, and it could definitely end up in a draw as well. But both teams to score at plus 102 to me at least seems to be the way to go in this matchup between Atletico Madrid and Osasuna. The next game in La Liga we have is between Valencia and Real Madrid. And Real Madrid is out of the title race, of course. Barcelona won that, we know that. While Valencia is slightly above the relegation zone right now, only by 2 points. But the job is not yet done for them, and they still need at least a couple more points, I would say, until the end of the season to secure that spot in La Liga for next season. Real Madrid, as I said, is coming off of a horrible loss to Manchester City, 4-0, and it was a very disappointing game from Real Madrid. Of course, I did not expect them to be the dominant team in that game, but I did expect them to put a little bit more of a fight, and it was a disappointing game for them, but they need to bounce back here, and even though they can't really get to Barcelona at the top of the table, they would like to finish the season in that second place above Atletico Madrid. Valencia hasn't won any of their last 5 games against Real Madrid. However, they have been playing really well as of late. They have lost only 1 of their last 5 games. And they have been scoring goals consistently at home against Real Madrid. They have scored at least a goal in each of their last, 10 games in a row. And I think that they will do the same here as well. So I'm going to go with both teams to score at over 2.5. Plus 105, very nice plus money, in my opinion, for a highly likely pick to hit. And as we can see, if Real Madrid was an actual favorite in this game, they would not have a plus 115 price. It would have been like minus 150 or minus 175. But the books are expecting Valencia to try and do something here, and I think the least they will do is get on the scoreboard. So both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in this Valencia versus Real Madrid game. The third game that we have in La Liga is between Sevilla and Betis, and that is a big derby in Spain, big derby in the city of Sevilla. These two teams are from the same hometown, from the same city, and this is a huge rivalry. When playing at home, Sevilla has not lost to Real Betis in their last 4 games, and they are coming off of another great performance in the Europa League semi-finals. They have beaten Juventus in the overtime. They have qualified for the finals of that competition once again. And like I said in that video, this is their competition, and they are extremely hard to beat when it comes to the knockout games in the Europa League. As far as Betis goes, they're now on a 2-game winning streak. They have beaten Bilbao on their own 1-0, and they have beaten they have beaten Rayo Vallecano at home 3-1. However, I will put all of this aside for this game. I will put the previous results aside. I will put the form aside. I will put everything aside, and I will keep this one very simple, guys. I will take that there will be a red card in this game. The price of that is plus 200. This is a huge rivalry, like I said. These two teams are from the same city. There's always blood spilled in these games, and I think it's going to be the same here. They don't really know how to play, let's call it a softer football, and especially when it comes to head-to-head matchups. And for that reason, I expect a lot of fouls. I expect a lot of roughness, and I expect a lot of cards. And I think one of those cards will be the red one. So, red card in the game at plus 200. Now we are moving on to Bundesliga, guys, and this is where we have some games of a huge, huge significance. And the first one being is between Mainz and Stuttgart. Mainz has been all over the place as of late. They are actually on a 3-game losing streak, during which they have conceded 9 goals, while Stuttgart on the other side hasn't won any of their last 3 games as well. And their record on the road is horrible. They have only 1 win, 6 draws, and 9 losses. And they are actually in the relegation zone right now. Luckily for Stuttgart, they're still fairly close to getting out of the relegation zone, but with the way they have been playing as of late, inefficient in that attacking end, unable to defend, unable to keep a clean sheet, and honestly, they're playing extremely soft football right now, and it's not looking good for them, to be honest. They have been showing some signs of life, yes, and potentially they could have a decent chance of getting the win here because Mainz is playing like crap right now. But I'm gonna stay away from sides in this one, and I have to go with both teams to score at over 2.5. It's -112. Mainz is safe. They don't have any desires to go up or down in the standings because they are in the 9th place. They are far away from the relegation zone, far away from any of the European spots. But Stuttgart has a lot to gain here, and they have a lot to lose. So both teams to score at over 2.5 definitely seems like the way to go for me in this game. Now we are moving on to the key game for Borussia Dortmund. They are playing against Augsburg on the road, and after Bayern Munich has gifted them another chance after they lost to Leipzig on Saturday, and I'm pretty sure that Borussia Dortmund will send a huge gift basket to Leipzig for getting that win. But first they have to finish the job here. They have to beat Augsburg. There's no way around it. If they get a draw, once again, they will shoot themselves in the foot. They have to get a win here, and then they slowly have to prepare for the last game of the season. Borussia Dortmund is on a great run right now. They have won their last 2 games in a row in Bundesliga. In those 2 games, they have actually scored 11 goals while conceding only 2. They have kept a clean sheet against Wolfsburg. They have conceded 2 goals against Borussia Mönchengladbach last week. However, that was after they were like 4-0 up or something like that. But in this game, they have to start fast, they have to start scoring early, and they have to create a lot of chances. Luckily for Borussia Dortmund, Augsburg is missing a ton of players because of the injuries and suspensions. And for that reason, I decided to go with a bit of a pick, maybe outside the box. I decided to take Borussia Dortmund to score over 1.5 goals in the first half. It's +155. Like I said, the earlier Borussia Dortmund scores, the easier it's going to be for them to finish this game and get a win. If they start the game sloppy, if they concede a goal, if they let Augsburg control the pace and create a few chances, it's going to be hard for them. So they have to come out flying, and they have to get the job done here. So Borussia Dortmund to score over 1.5 goals in the first half. And the last game in Bundesliga is between Bayer Leverkusen and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, Bayer Leverkusen got knocked out of the Europa League by Roma in that second leg game that ended in a 0-0 draw. And this is actually 5th game in a row that Leverkusen hasn't won. They also haven't been that effective in that attacking end. During the same streak, they have scored only 2 goals in those 5 games, and even though they had a ton of chances against Roma, they had a ton of shots, they simply could not get to the scoreboard. Borussia Mönchengladbach, as usual, has been all over the place this entire season, and on the road they have only 1 win so far this season, and they definitely deserve to be huge underdogs that they are. But given the fact that Leverkusen is coming off of that hard game against Roma in the semifinals, I think that they might be a bit tired here and sloppy on that defensive end, which should let Borussia Dortmund create a few chances. So, not Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach, sorry. And for that reason, I decided to take Borussia Mönchengladbach over 3.5 shots on target at -105. I think that Leverkusen will try to snap that negative streak they are on. They will try to get to that Champions League spot, and we'll see if they have what it takes to do it. Not the Champions League spot, to the Europa League spot, and even that is far away from them. So I would say the season is pretty much over for them unless they want to play in the Conference League. So like I said, I think the money to be made here is on Borussia Mönchengladbach, and I will take them to have over 3.5 shots on target. Now we are moving on to Serie A, guys, and the first game we have is between Torino and Fiorentina. Now, Torino has been playing some outstanding football as of late. They are actually undefeated in their last three games. They have lost only one of their last six. And when playing at home, they haven't lost to Fiorentina in their last three games. Now, on top of all that, Fiorentina is coming off of a semi-final matchup in the Conference League on Thursday, a game which they won 3-1 in the overtime, and they qualified for the finals where they will face West Ham. Now, because they were playing that game on Thursday, they might be a little bit tired. It was a long and hard game for them. They are on a nice winning streak, I know, but I think that Torino is more than capable of getting the win here. So I'm going to go with Torino on the money line. It's minus 110. I love the price. It's very close to even money, and I think Torino will be the team that will be pushing for the win here, and Fiorentina will definitely sit back a little bit and try to control the game with the pace at their own will. So I'm going to go with Torino on the money line in this one. Napoli and Inter are facing off in Serie A as well, and that's a game of very little meaning to Napoli because they have won the title. They have won Serie A after I don't know how many years, and it was well deserved. While Inter on the other side has qualified for the finals of the Champions League, and I would say that was mostly the testament to Milan's inability to do anything in the attacking end. And I'm not trying to take any credit from Inter because they have had two extremely good games played, well organized team, defensively very solid. They were controlling the pace of both of those games, and in the end they scored 3 goals in those two games. So heads off to Inter for qualifying to the finals. I did not expect them to get there, but now they need to focus on Serie A, and they need a win or at least a draw here to stay in that Champions League spot. Now, when playing at home, Napoli has not lost to Inter in their last 3 games, but like I said, they have won the title. They don't have any pressure on them. They don't have to worry about anything. And the last 3 games when Inter was the whole team have ended in a 1-1 draw. I expect something similar here, to be honest. I definitely see both teams getting on the scoreboard, and that's going to be my pick for this game at minus 134. If I had to choose a side, maybe I would go with Inter because they are playing so well right now and they're on a huge winning streak, but I wouldn't risk it, to be honest, and both teams to score at minus 134 is good enough for me in this game. And the last game in Lazio that we have to talk about is between in Serie A is between Udinese and Lazio. Sorry, guys. And that is a game where Lazio has to go for the win, to be honest. They are still in the Champions League spot with 65 points, yes. But thanks to Milan winning their game on Saturday, they are now very, very close to Lazio. And Lazio doesn't have much choice but to go for the win here. And even though they have won only one of their last 5 games, they are more than capable of getting the win here. And Udinese is a solid team, but they have been all over the place this entire season, and they once again are missing a few key players for this match. So I'm gonna keep this one simple. I'm gonna give Lazio a chance here at minus 104. Maybe as we approach the game time, the price will go a little bit deeper into plus money, but as of right now, I'm quite satisfied with this minus 104 on Lazio, and I will take it. Now we are moving on to League One, and the first pick that we have is between Lorient and Lens. Now, honestly, everything is pointing towards Lens right now. Thanks to Marseille losing their game on Saturday, with a win here, Lens will secure the Champions League spot in the group stage. But I have a gut feeling here that Lorient might have a say in this. Lorient hasn't lost any of their last 3 games. They have won 2 of those 3 games. They have been solid at home, and in the head-to-head matches, they are actually dominant against Lens. In the 28 games going back since 1998, Lorient has won 11 games, Lens has won 7, and we had 10 draws as well. But I know that doesn't tell you much because given the current form, the defense, the offense, and whatnot, everything is pointing towards Lens. And I don't know, I see that there are a few players that are injured for Lens, and Kevin Danso is suspended because of the red card, which is a huge blow for this team, for this Lens team. But I just can't pass up on the price of the double chance on Lorient that we are getting, guys. Lorient on the double chance is plus 150, and I know that one player doesn't make the whole team, but like I said, it's a gut feeling for me that Lorient will do very well in this game, and that the least they get is gonna be the draw. So I'm gonna take Lorient on the double chance at plus 150. And the last pick of this video, guys, is between Auxerre and PSG. Now, PSG has won the title. That's a sure thing, and they definitely will try to finish the season strong, potentially with a couple more wins. And they actually have been playing pretty well. They have lost only one of their last 6 games while winning the other 5. And Auxerre on the other side is Auxerre, actually. I'm sorry, guys. My mind and my tongue are not synchronized today. Auxerre is above the relegation zone right now with 34 points, and that's 1 point above Nantes. And with a win here, they could definitely secure that spot. But I think they will need to wait for the last round of the French Ligue 1 to see if they're going to stay in the league or not, because they have a very hard opponent here in PSG. In the last round, Auxerre will play against Toulouse and then Lens, and at least one of those games they could definitely win. But as far as this one goes, guys, we have been taking Mbappe, whether as a goal scorer or shots on target over the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to stick to that. So I'm going to take Mbappe over 2.5 shots on target at plus 175. PSG might as well not win this game. They might win it, who knows. But however you slice it, Mbappe is going to be at the focal point of that, and I think that he might at least score a couple of goals here or get at least 3 shots on target. So Auxerre against PSG, Mbappe to have over 2.5 shots on target at plus 175. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here once again. Thank you for being patient with my brain today. It hasn't been working properly, but once again, feel free to leave a comment on this video, and I will be more than happy to answer it. And of course, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button on the Pickdawgz YouTube channel. That's it, guys. Have a great Sunday. Good luck with your bets, and I'll see you soon with more free picks.